Welcome back to Shapez 2. My name is Nilaus, and this is our glorious base. It's starting to look a little bit more like a factory. Could be something from the trailer. Actually, look at the business of this build. So what we're going to do today is we are going to continue on our Let's Play tutorial guide thing and get into crystallizers. But we can't get all the way into crystallizers because there are so many new designs that we have to come up with. So this is a good opportunity for us to make some new designs that we need. Right, well, first, let's just go through what each of these are stuff that I've done some of them off camera. We can always just look at the last one going out and just say, like, what is it exactly? Yeah, so this one is just making that one. And then we can go up here, and then this is making this simple one. And let's see what the next one is. There we go, that one I also built. Like, I love these. I think it's very clean with these loops here. And I am also... Alright, this was just something... right, I had some extra paint that I didn't want to throw away. I wanted to use it. So this is working, and what about you? That's also working. Yeah, so we have... This one is built outside of our bus build, but it's still working, and it's still good. So we have now 4 lanes, or 4 wagons of each of these coming in. And the objective today is, of course, to get started on this. We can also look at our... Here. We're getting really high up there, 126. This is 1.3% worldwide. Right, so what are we going to do today? Well, we are going to have a look at... I'm also just, by the way, doing some tasks here because I want to get all the way through. I have to finish up the last 2 here, and then I have these 2. And then we'll get into all the crazy crystallizers. Let's use this one because we don't need crystallizer. We don't need this one right now. Let's talk about what crystallizing actually does. So the first thing we want to do is we want to split something so we have some space there. And then we want to have a thing for crystallizer. We're going to be just doing here. We're going to be doing a little bit of design together in this episode. And let's see. So we're going to get some color. So let's look at the crystallizer. We now have a new thing that's under the liquids and is now a crystal generator. Okay. So these are also hopeless. So these are the 2 options. I would really like one where the belt is not the same way as the input, because that gives us a lot more flexibility. This gives us 0 flexibility in design work. So it's honestly really difficult for me to see how we're going to be doing anything meaningful with this, aside from sort of just being like a line here and a line there inbound, and then we'll take some of these here. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's not really working, is it? Nope, it's not really working. There. It would have to be sort of like this way. I don't know how much space. I think we need a little bit more space than this. Hey, we got that one completed. We're gonna need that. Let's try again. Here. So this is gonna be an inbound. Yes, and it goes in here. And then let's say that's gonna be an outbound. And then we'll put just a block to delete things out here. And then we'll get the color in here. And that will go from here. There. So let's have a look at what it does. So it basically takes the crystallizer and fills it in. Anything in any currently open layer will be filled in with crystals. So if we put in a full shape, like where all 4 quarters are done, there will not be anything out. If we put this one on top of itself and then bring it in, then it would also be... And then we get this double build in, and then we see that it will then fill in both levels. There we go. Alright, so it fills up whatever it can, kind of like a liquid that goes in and then crystallizes. Interesting. Well, that's the good news. The bad news is this is using twice as much paint as a painter. So if we go over here and look at a painter, there will be 4 of these on a belt. So this one will use 450 times 4, that's 900, that's 1800. So, and that will be enough for one belt. So one belt here, we'll use 4 of these and use 1800 liquid. This one is 6 of these, and it uses 600 each. So 6 of this is 3600. So it uses half a pipe's worth of liquid. That means it basically, a full belt requires twice as much liquid as inbound. That's going to be a problem for many reasons. One of them is we're going to need to make stuff come in quite a lot faster. Now, luckily, the pipe here is 4 times the speed here. So one, yeah, that's actually, it's still a problem. So for example, if I wanted to have here, it's not a problem. But if I wanted to have built in one of these builds like this, then I couldn't just take one pipe and then bring in, that's actually not a good example. There, this one, it wouldn't work. If I was crystallizing here, because this is 4 times the capacity of a space belt, and that's exactly spreading out to 4 locations. If I needed this to be crystallized, I would need to have 2 belts of blue coming in. That's something we can definitely deliver from this, but it would have to be on 2 different belts. So let's keep that in mind, that we need, that space pipes are actually going to be a constraint that we need to consider. Then the question is, where do I start building it? Right, so the first thing we want to do is build a design. Now we can actually see quite easily, I don't know, I feel that I can see that quite easily. I'd like to build it in one of these, but let's look at this design. And I'm gonna go, since it comes out on this side, then that's gonna be the outbound. And then the inbound cannot be here, it can only be here. And then these are gonna be 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's outbound. Inbound here. Good. And then pipes as well. And, oops. Weird. Right, so this one, flip it, rotate. I need 6 of these builds. And I've been trying like a million different times ways of doing this. And if I take this out, I've been trying to sort of also do like, okay, well, maybe if I can sort of get it on top of this. But here comes the next awful thing. This building is actually too tall. 2 levels tall, so you can see it reaches into the 2nd level, which means that it's also blocking a lot of other options here. So if it was only 1 level, it would actually work like the painter, but it's 2 levels, so it's just awful in every way. That means, for me, I can't really see we can do it better than this. And then it's pretty obvious that I'm not gonna have the 6 lanes of this inside one of these. So we're gonna take, oops, oh, even more oops. We're gonna capture this part, cut you out, and then accept that we're going to be using a big boy box here. Cool. So what do I want to do? I think I want to come in from the middle and then go out on the side. And let's do something like this. How far out do we want? Do we want like 3 lanes out? Like something like this. Yes. And then let's see, we come in from here. And then of course that's going to be in 3 levels. So that's going to be the next headache. But the good thing about this is I can just basically say this is going to go in on ground level here. That one. And then, hey, that's the 2nd task. So, right, so that's good. Then I'm going to go figure out how I'm going to get those out on this side. I'm going to drag it out here and here. And this one the same. Like that. Let's do this. And then copy. And then how big do I want? How close do I want to make it? Why not just make it flush here? Like that. Oops. Yeah, so that's a little bit... I want the liquids coming in here and here. And then the outputs will now be going... The two out here. Okay, so this... And you... Gonna jump. And you're gonna jump because I want these to be coming in. They are coming in from the bottom level, so they should also be going out at the bottom level. So this is not gonna be a difficult design because it's pretty simple how big, since it's this big. But now I've routed all the belts, and I'm pretty happy with it. I also moved these to be closer here, because that means they can come in and out during this space where I'm also getting the pipes in from the side. So that's going to be better. Now, we have a little bit of a challenge with this. And the challenge is that it actually uses way too much. So if we look at this. So as I said, this is 600. So one row like this, which is servicing one belt, is 3,600. Like this, it is 7,200, which is exactly the throughput of a pipe. So that is one pipe, that is another pipe, and you can see 6 full pipes. I can only bring 3 full pipes in, so that means I must get it in on both sides here. Okay, well that makes it a little bit complicated. So first thing I do is link these together. Now the flow here is not going to be enough, so what I need to do is I need to get these 3 into that one, and that one. And I need to get these 3 into that one, and that one. And then I'll just mix them together because you know what, that's probably just a good idea anyway. The way I want to do this is I want to... Okay, I think that I'll build the middle ones here. Oh no, I have to be like this. Like that, and like that. So those are the middle ones. That means the here, up and in, yeah? And for the top level, and it goes in, and down, and there. So what I have now is the lower one goes in here, the upper one goes in here, and the middle one goes in here. Then on top of that, I also sort of spread it out with the other one. Then I also need to make sure that I also balance between layers. So I do that like this. It's a little bit clunky that it can't sort of connect on all those, but that's just how it is. We will endure. And then over here, we're going to do exactly the same. There is one spot left, which is going to be for that one. And then we'll have this one. And then I just need that connection. That's interesting. Now I'm kind of lacking the other place where I can do that. I guess we'll just do connection. Oops, that did not work. Yeah, there you go. So that's now connected between level 2 and level 3, which is also fine. Right, let's give it a shot. Get some liquids in here, and also let's get that one so we get something that can be can actually be crystallized. Oh, right, they're not getting into the other side. Ah, right. Okay, so this level, we'll need to do some jumpers. There. Go in, go in, go in, and go in. There. And then I want... And I want this part out here copied, flipped, because I need it to be reversible. And then I need to make sure that it actually is exactly able to get in here as well. That is the first one. Yep. And that's the second. Then that one connects here. And over on the middle one, it's just going to be straight in. And the last one here, it'll be... So now it's going to be symmetric all the way from the top and in. That should be symmetric. So now I can get the liquids in from both sides, and it should work. Should work. I love that. And we're going to be doing there and a pipe a belt in between, so we can actually see stuff coming out. All right, so we have this filling up, and this should be consuming 6 pipes, which is half of a space pipe. Just have to be really careful about these numbers. So we're gonna get this in, and let's see if it actually crystallizes all the way through. It looks good. It's not a super compact design, but this works, but it doesn't really feel like I could make it much smaller. Ooh, hold on. Here's something I don't like. That doesn't look nice. Why can I not paste it here? I have one space here. I'm gonna have one space there. Cool. There we go. Much better. Okay, and is it getting crystallized? It absolutely is getting crystallized. That is so cool. And the funny thing is, it's exactly what I needed to do. Nice. That's not even on purpose. Okay, so now we have a crystallizer blueprint. Awesome. Remember, blueprints are available to patron supporters, or you could just like rebuild it together. So if we look at these ones, this should be pretty easy to make now, and then we can do the first ones. The last one is going to be a little bit tricky, but that's going to be one of the things. One of the weird things about the this part here, and let me just do that one. There we go. So this will be only cutting the half of it out, and then once we get that out, then I'm going to be showing you some other things that doesn't work. But something we have to be careful about. So now I have another shape where it is a full one. So what doesn't work is two things. Let's go out here and try to do... First we do a split, and then we'll just show the things that don't work that we have to be mindful of. And that is a... Yeah. So what happens when we stack them? Let's see. They come in here, ready to stack. You can see it is not fully stacked. The crystal on top just got destroyed. It didn't sort of collapse on itself, it just got destroyed. So, stacking crystals? No, they're fragile. Okay, then what else? What if we rotate it and then we cut it? Then we rotate it here and then we cut it down the middle. And it just gets completely destroyed. If you cut in the middle of a crystal, then it breaks. What if we cut along the lines of a crystal? What does that happen then? There. So we're going to send the next one in. Why are these not coming out? Oh, because I didn't copy correctly. There we go. Ah, it's the wrong way. There. Just rotate it. Then what we're going to do, let's clear this one out. It comes down in here. And then see if we now cut along the crystal line, does that then break still? Interesting. No, it does not. So if you cut into the crystal, then it breaks. But if you cut along the edge of the crystal, then it works. Cool. Right, it's time for us to start making some of these ones. Okay, so if we look a little bit ahead, then we can see that we're going to be doing one thing and then another thing on top and one thing and another thing on top. So that's actually just going to be 4 different locations and they're all going to be using squares. So we're going to be running out of squares probably here. That is not our concern right now. So we're just going to start by just taking the diagonal, not doing a split, but simply doing this part. And then we'll rotate it here. So now it's rotated the correct way, like that. Then I'm going to use my blueprint we just made. That one here, nice and smooth. And then we're going to need some red liquid inbound for crystallizing. And oops, that's like this. In here and in there, into both of these. Level to 129. And this one will then go out on a train. Do I have a train somewhere? Yes, I'll just grab my little transporter train here. Yeah, that was probably not necessary. Hope so. And you go up here. And go back in. And then I just need a single little belt here. Excellent. All right, let's see. Are you working? Well, it's coming in. Let's just see if we get the stuff out. Yes, we do. That is going to be this one. Perfect. So this is going to be replicated basically down here. That one. Except it's now going to be purple color. And that's going to make it actually a little bit difficult. Because if we look at the purple color, if our coloring scheme here, I have this one. And does that work? Yes, it does work. So what is this outputting? This is outputting 3 pipes. But remember, this is actually needing 6 pipes inbound. So I need this. Ew. That means the thing is also, if this is producing 3 pipes out, then it's actually only taking 1.5 pipe in here and 1.5 pipe in here. So what if instead we made a design that said a full pipe in and a full pipe in and then 2 pipes out? Well, obviously it's going to be twice as big. So that's a good place to start. I'm going to be building it up here because then I can build it facing north. That's a lot easier. And I just need this one as my template here. There we go. And I'm going to get these in here and in here just so that I know what I'm doing. And that's going to be inbound. That's going to be outbound. And then up here, it should be pretty easy because we have a lot more room than double this. Right. So now we are going to basically take the middle of this. Not all the ins and outs, but just the actual factory part. That's going to be here. And that's going to be here. Right. Maybe. I also want this to be able to output from the side here and the side here. So that makes it a little bit more complicated. But these two should be the same. And these two should be the same. So it's just a little bit of flexibility here. Should it actually? Yeah, it should. It would actually be nice if the blue could also be blue here and the red could also be... Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. But there's a lot of work on this. There. That's the easy part of... Oops. Yeah. Copy. That goes over there. And there. And here. And these are just not connected. Okay, so let's start with the... Honestly, let's start with the easy part. And we can add this afterwards. Right, so I want them both to go out into the top and bottom layer here. Yes. So that will be something like this. Because those are the easy ones. And the jump over here is less necessary. Let's see. What? Huh. That's odd. Oh, right. That's because it's coming in by jumper. There we go. I was just not getting it. So here. And here. And also coming in by jumper. There. So that's fine. I'm just going to cut and get that in here as well. And there. Now I can get it all messed up like this. And we're going to do the same thing over on this side. Like that. And then go up. So that was the easy part. Now what we need to do is we need to take from here and then go into the lower part, which will then also need to be jumped over here and there. Now we need to count the number of jumpers we use because we're going to need more. Let's just iron that one out and iron these out as well. Yeah. Okay, so let's continue on the red one. So I'm gonna get... let's see. I'm gonna get this up and in. And then I'm gonna go you all the way from top and in. That's kind of not gonna work very well, is it? No, because I also need to bring it the other way. So I think I need to do something like this. Nope. Start from here. Go down, go over. Go back. And go... shoot. I have no idea what this is supposed to do. It's supposed to go into the middle. I'm lost. Let's do the other one. No, I do need to have 3 pipes going over here, and then I need to make sure that I have jumpers there, there, and there. Which means the red one has to be able to go in to all 3 levels. That's important. And how do I do this in an easy way? The middle one is easy because that's just like this. The top one and the middle one and the lower one, they have to find a way to get in there. I don't think this... Oh, this works. Okay, cool. So... let's go here. Then go up and then in. It's a thing. But I do need to be able to jump them over here. And that means the middle one comes in. The one comes up here. And the top one also like that. Cool. It's weird, but I think that's necessary. Let's do the same thing for the blue. Okay, so what I did now is these are now merging different layers, and I'm bringing 2 lanes across. 2 lanes should be fine. Let's think about what it's using. This is now on a full throughput. This is using 900. So, okay, let's also say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. We have 12 with 24 because there's 2 of those levels. So I have 24 times 900, and then it's only half of it because I only need half inbound. That's 10,800, which is less than 2 belts or 2 pipes. So I can actually get all of this stuff across from here to there in 2 pipes. Good. Let's just add the inputs here from the side just to make sure that that is also done. There we go. This is now a new blueprint that is taking a full belt of basic colors in, and then, or not basic colors, but 2 full colors inbound, and then 2 lanes outbound, which is exactly what we need for that one. Cool. So let's use our new blueprint, and don't throw it away yet. I'm going to be building it here, and then here, and oh, the gold is completed. Nice. And like this. There. So that was yet another blueprint that we have done, which is also available in the blueprint section. So we now have that one. And then we'll get into the next one. But that's going to be a little bit more complicated because now we have the issue that previously with this one, if we just... here, if we bring that down here, what we previously did in terms of mixing was just to do stuff like this. No, not like that. Definitely not like that. Flip this one. And that becomes white after a while. So red and green becomes yellow, and yellow and blue becomes white. And that gets us the white outbound. But this white is only 1. So we'd also have to do like a double thing, which isn't really gonna work very well. So we also need to make a new blueprint for a bigger white paint build so that we can catch up with the crystallizers here. We don't have that. We're gonna need to do that. That's gonna be in the next episode as we complete the next 2 milestones, and then we also complete the final milestone here. Right, so if you have some good ideas for how to improve this monstrosity of a crystallizer design, then you're very welcome to share them in my Discord, because we're sharing a lot of good ideas, sometimes also bad ideas, about the upcoming designs. And it's good to have some feedback from the community and some good ideas. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you everyone who is following along in this rather lengthy Let's Play. And also, biggest thanks to all the Patreon supporters who are supporting the channel. Maybe you do it for the blueprints, maybe you do it because you want to support the channel. Either way, I'm very appreciative of that. So thank you very much. Until next time, take care, and as always, stay effective.